What's good, HHB fans? I'm your owner and host of the weekly news. I'm HockeyBar 900, followed by Killshot Fire. Anyways, we're gonna
Hello.
go over some stuff for HHB. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and
So
start with week two game results.
we
Uh,
don't have week one because we forgot to record that, and yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Anyways,
so week two
week
results.
two sees the LA Bulls defeating the Diablos 27-21 in a very close and heated match between the two.
And it was the first win of the
Game,
season. It was a
yeah, their
very
first
close game,
that
and it was
ended
the
up being
first
their
win.
first win of their season after coming off of a losing streak of two.
Yeah, they were 0-2 week one, so that was cool to see them win one finally.
Mm-hmm. Game two sees the Spitfire defeat the Sharks 26-10. I gotta say that's not a good look. Not a good look for the Sharks.
Nah, they
Uh,
started off the season pretty hot, but they decided to trade Killshot, and they fell off ever since. So they went
yeah,
0-2 this week, if I'm correct.
yeah. They came
Yeah,
into
they
the they
went
came
0.
into the season quite strong, but when it came to week two, it did not work out.
Yeah.
And game three sees the LA Bulls uh, defeat the Sharks again, 31 to 25.
Which in
Another
week
win this week
one,
for the Bulls. Oh no,
yeah.
did I say week one?
No. I'm saying in week one,
Oh yeah.
LA lost the
Yeah.
Sharks 29 to, what was the final score? I don't remember.
Oh yeah. They lost to the Sharks 29-27, so by
There you
2
go.
points.
Yeah. So, yeah, and
But
then,
but yeah, this week it sees the Bulls taking a comeback win and taking revenge, winning 31-25 over the Sharks.
and
And
game 4.
today, just recently, we see your undefeated Spitfires lose to the Diablos 14-12 in a very low
Oh,
score heated match. It stayed tied all the way up until the third period, which saw the Diablos and the Spitfires both constantly work each other for goals, but it was the Diablos that came on top, winning it by 2.
it was a very interesting game. Great goaltending by both. Of course, truly Hockey Boy 900 on the Spitfires. And they had 2 goalies in
Buffalo.
net today. It was one at different times, of course. It was Nightmare and Baby Cheese. Baby Cheese is actually a new player this week. And I was pretty excited to see him play today. So,
Yes, of course. Baby Cheese is definitely a promising guy, both as a fielder and a goalie. He works both as a two-way player. Of course, some players prefer to either stay as a fielder or a goalie, but Baby Cheese works just as fine as both, getting good blocks and even scoring a few goals.
yeah, had some nice goals. He does like to move a lot. I
Yeah,
was in net, and he moves a lot, which is challenging for us goalies. But really good game there. Anyways, anything else to add to that?
yeah, that is quite the compliment from a goalie to a fielder. When a goalie says a player moves around a lot, that means they're quick and fast. Goalie can hardly keep up with that player, and before they know it, it's probably right in front of their shield or in the back of the net.
Yeah, it sucks when it goes in the back of the net. But anyways, let's move on to some player signings. I don't know. I don't know if you have the list up or not about who got signed, who got cut, but I do know that the Spitfires before the not LA, Diablos and Spitfires game, they signed Raider Red, but didn't do much that game. But do
Yeah,
respect the guy.
yeah. Raider was initially going to be a part of the Diablos team to hopefully try to get a win against the Spitfires this week. They did end up getting a win, just not with Raider. Raider would end up being on the opposite team, as Baby Cheese that we recently talked about would take his spot and end up dominating.
Yeah, he's been doing great this week. Um, was there any much more signings though? Was that all really?
Uh, yes, and just recently, the LA Bulls cut Metalhead to sign Aspect, and they cut Psydog as well, but Aspect would not last long, as just a couple days later, the Bulls would cut him to sign Galaxy VR.
And they
And
signed Raider, but then cut Raider to go
for
to
Dorico.
Jericho. Yeah. So a lot of cutting in signings for LA here.
Yeah, a lot of cuts and signs. A lot of the signs usually only last a day or a couple days, or even just 2 hours.
Yeah. It's crazy town when it comes to some of these teams with the full cutting and signing thing, but
But that's just how it is. You're thinking about the bet, what's best for the team and the team benefit.
yeah, that's most of it. You just gotta think about the team and what will benefit them or not. So yeah.
And just recently, Diablos, of course, cut Raider and signed Baby Cheese, which was evident today. Sacramento Sharks cut Jacoby. Not sure what happened there. I mean, I think again their game against the Bulls, it was evident that Jacoby was pretty good along with Scorpion, but they cut Jacoby.
Yeah. Um, Another thing, what was it called? The Sharks did also sign Psydog.
Yes, they. Oh, yes, I
So,
did. I did see that they did sign Psydog. Psydog is probably the one person that's been on every team except for the Diablos.
oh, I thought he's been on every team, but apparently he hasn't. He's getting there though. He's one team off.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. To be honest.
Yeah, I think he's stuck with the Sharks for the moment. Anything else to add about signings?
And just recently today, the Dallas Diablos signed Boa and the Richmond Spitfires signed Raider Red.
Yeah, of course, talking about Raider Red again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna move on to the player of the week. We will have a player from at least one player that has done absolutely phenomenal this weekend. Who's your pick for this?
Now, there are a couple of nominees for Player of the Week, as it would be yourself, it would be DM, Lil B, and myself as well. But I think my pick would have to go to Lil B. He's just always a humble player. He's good on the court. He can get in, go scrap up a few goals, and always be locked down on defense. And of course, always humble.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player, but I don't think he's the player of the week in my opinion. Might say some bias, but I think in my opinion it's DM. He's been dominating lately for the Spitfires. He's been great. He's scoring goals. He's playing goalie, making some saves. He can play it all.
Yeah, of course. Someone say he's a one-man team, and I had asked him recently, just a one-on-one, what does he think? He says he could probably take on at least two a 1v3, or I don't know. Those are his words. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he's quite
Oh no.
cocky and confident in himself.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, that's the only thing is he's a little cocky, but I'm trying to fix that.
Yeah,
But
he's been receiving multiple warnings from referees after chirping too much, and of course, getting on the referees' nerves as well.
yeah. Anyways, we're gonna be back after this short intermission. Welcome back, HHB fans. We're back after that short intermission. We're gonna move on to the team of the week after the players. Honestly, all teams have been playing great this week. everyone at least has one win. No, that's a lie. Sorry, the Sharks don't have a win this week, but they'll not. Yeah, I can't speak English apparently. But let me go. You can go for it first for this one.
Well,
Who do you
quite
think?
honestly, it's gotta be between the Bulls and the Spitfires. You know, the Bulls have definitely made a comeback after being down 0-2 at the start of the season, at defeating the Diablos and defeating the Sharks in their revenge game. But
Yeah,
the Spitfires, of course, uh, came into week 2 undefeated. Honestly, that I'm torn between one of the two.
yeah. I'm gonna go with probably LA. Sorry, I know I'm Spitfire's owner, but I gotta be honest with myself. LA has been playing so good lately. Like they've been
Yeah,
dominating, playing great. Like I did not expect this after week 1, the way they were playing. But they picked up
yes, of
some great
course.
players. They got
After week
Drico.
1, everyone expected the Bulls would not succeed and do great. 'Cause
Yeah,
after
everyone thought they
losing to
weren't
the
gonna be in playoff
Sharks
contention.
and then losing to the Spitfires, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they lost to the Spitfires week 1.
Yeah, no one expected the Bulls would uh would be this good and coming into week 2.
Yeah,
Some would
but
argue that they only won because their arena is laggy, because the past 2 games that the Bulls have won have been at their arena.
yeah, they had a home stretch, not home schedule there. They had 3 straight home games these past 2 weeks. Spitfires, Diablos, and Sharks. So they played every team at their home. That means they only have 2 home games left, which we'll see who plays there. But yeah.
Hmm.
And anything else to add to that?
Nope.
Okay. Future plans. What's gonna happen for the league this next week? Of course we're gonna have 2 more games for each teams. Um, but I think it's just gonna be another regular week. I'll, oh no, wait. Actually, my bad. We're gonna have 2 special games. Forgot to mention this. We're gonna have the Zebra Arena games Zebra Arena game and the Stadium Series game. 2 great games to play. Of course, I already know who's going to play for what. It's going to be the Spitfires versus Diablos for the Zebra Arena game, and then the LA Boys versus Sacramento Sharks for the Stadium game. I think they're probably going to play at SoFi. I'm not 100% sure, though. But yeah, that's going to be a fun thing to do for everybody there.
Yeah, it certainly is. I can't wait to see how we set up the handball court in that big, giant, humongous stadium of SoFi. But of course, Zebra Arena is always a great place to go for many events. You know, it's been home to it's been home to many monster truck shows and events. So that's basically
Yeah.
what it's most known for, is hosting monster truck shows.
I mean, we have hosted a couple of drafts for All Stars, which All Stars
Oh
coming
yeah, and
up.
of course monster truck all-star drafts.
Yeah, but that's all it's been known for. But yeah,
Yeah. So pretty soon it'll add a host of a series of arena series game into its portfolio.
yeah. So that would be excited for both teams. Anyways, anything else to add to future plans?
Um, no, not really. I think we should move on to the interview.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go interview some players. So yeah, we're gonna interview some players. Okay. So DM, I'm here with HHB News. What do you think was the best time of this week? Like, what's your best moment?
Knowing that Scorpion been talking a little smack, that he forfeited because they're scared of our team. So yeah.
Okay. Another question. Let's see. What do you think about you being called one of the players of the week, player of the week?
I take it. It's a good compliment, but I don't deserve it because I wasn't there today. I still got some goals against the team against the Lonely Sharks, but yeah, um, Hockey Boy deserves it. Caleb MJ definitely deserves it, but yeah,
How do you feel about the past few games you've played?
I feel like our team chemistry is good between all of us.
How do you feel
So
on the shots that you've been making to help out your team?
I feel alright.
All right. Is there any room for improvement for y'all?
For me, yeah, I gotta pass the ball a lot. We gotta work as a unit, not as a solos. That's just like a thing. Like we should just work on passing.
All right. How do you feel about the other teams in the league?
There are some good teams. Diablos are pretty good this coming around. Bulls are just getting lucky with their schedule and everyone's not playing their game against them because they're like an underdog and think it's an easy win. But when you come out and think it's an easy win, it's not always an easy win. You can tell that by Diablos.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel on your chances of making it to the championship?
I think we can make it. This one game doesn't. If it sets us back, it sets us back. But it's not gonna set us back because we're still gonna come out hard next week against these two next teams. So yeah, coming for revenge.
Yeah. What do you think about your goaltender situation right now?
I think it's fine. Hockey Boy's been doing really good in net. Um, Sammy's been doing good in net. I'm not really a good goaltender in handball, but I can save some if I need to. Our goaltending is fine. It's just we got to work on who wants to be on the floor, who doesn't want to be on the floor.
Yeah. Last question. What do you think about your stat line right now? About all those goals you've been scoring lately?
I think it's good. Like I keep saying in chat, DM for MVP.
Anyways, folks, that's all we got from DM. Anyways, HHB fans, that's all we have for you this weekend. This week. We'll see you next week for week 3. That is all for tonight. Good night.